Welcome to November Echo! My name is Ed, and today I am joined by
Neil
and
Ian,
both Webber brothers.
Yeah.
So we have had the Webber brothers very kindly come to us here in Newcastle from very, very far away.
Miles away.
Miles away.
Miles away.
So
The south.
Yeah. South. Is it Colchester?
Cheltenham.
Cheltenham.
I'm from North Somerset.
North Somerset.
Yeah, where be dragons?
There be dragons. Beautiful part of the world, beautiful part. And they've made the massive journey up to the northeast, so thank you both very much. We'll film a game that may or may not be out, but we also thought you've made that massive effort to come up, so we'll display your armies a bit more, we'll talk through them and meet you guys in general. So first off, we'll side with you, Neil. So have you got an Instagram first off?
I do. It's at LARP Sidekick. Because I'm a LARPer that runs around as being a sidekick. So,
yeah, fair enough. Hey, mate, stick to it. And you've brought the Dangles.
The Dangles, beautiful Dark Angels.
Yeah, man. Would you like to tell us a bit through the list that you've brought, and then we'll just chat general?
Yeah, so I brought Corswain and his finest pipe-wielding toughs in the Deathwing Companions, with loads of swords in it. Really fun unit, mostly because they can just run around and play with shields and Corswain.
It's a beast, isn't he?
Other than Sigismund, no one can touch him.
No.
Sevatar can't touch him.
No?
It's close, right?
Yeah.
So Sevatar has to get his psychic power off.
Yeah,
if Sev gets his psychic power off, then he's got a chance. But if he doesn't get his psychic power, because he's instant death on everything.
No, 4-ups.
Is it 4-ups?
4-ups, but still that's plenty enough.
He's higher strength.
Yeah.
Sev can be better weapon skill, but he has to get his psychic power on.
Yeah.
Corswain's a bit of a monster.
Yeah,
he's Siggy only wins because of Eternal Warrior. Take Eternal Warrior off Siggy, and he's good, but he's with the rest of them in the mud. But Corswain is an absolute monster.
Stone cold.
He is, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, all good. Yeah. So they're a lot of fun to run around with. Also thought I'd bring a Master of Signals just for that lovely. Hanging at the back and making people look good and
ignoring
knights and all that stuff. Plays. And a herald, because also they're also great.
They're brilliant.
And
I love a herald.
I love a herald because the rules are great, and you also get to play with making banners, which is
it's my favourite little weird thing in Heresy is just making cool Legion banners.
Yeah, they're fun.
I'm making things live.
All good. I got some Cenobium because you almost can't leave home without them.
They're too good.
They're so good.
Weapon skill 6 sergeant.
Weapon skill 6.
Die in a hole.
hitting on your
having been on the end of that weapon skill 6 sergeant so many times.
Yeah.
Hitting your elites on 2s and 3s is just silly. But
that's it, adding the Deathwing to them as well.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
They're just fun. What else? The traditional Condemptor. Got a plasma gun on it because it's Dark Angels, plasma gun. I'm actually starting to come away from dual Contemptors, from one with fist and gun. I want to do either or because they're a bit swingy.
Yeah.
For all they're great.
I'm a great component of the 5-point most undercosted gun in the world. Grab a smelter and run forward. But I do like a dual fist, just move and run, turn one and go, deal with me or die.
Yeah.
And then that takes a lot of firepower off the rest of the army.
Exactly.
Whereas if you're like, I kind of want to shoot them, but I want to charge them.
Yeah.
So I can see your point.
But it's always fun. And it's still a Contemptor, which is still a
It's the large blast template.
Yeah,
it still takes me by surprise. We've been playing this edition 2 years, and it's still, when everyone fires it, I go, no, a small blast, and they go,
I don't know.
It always takes me, I'm like,
Yeah, lovely stuff they are. Tactical squads, because you've got to have tactical squads. As ever, Dark Angels ones are better than everybody else's. And you've got to have a bit of line in there. Recon for I'm trying out a few snipers because they can be a bit swingy, but when they run out and they're popping people left, right, and centre, it's great. Got a Xiphon because I think the prettiest model in the game, and they're just fun. Sometimes they'll get popped straight away. A lot of times I get popped straight away.
2 hull points doesn't help.
No,
it doesn't help.
But that's only
105.
105.
So
why do I think 150? Is that when you had the flat?
You had the ramjet. Yeah. But you can
5 points. that must be near pound a point model.
Yeah,
easily.
Got to be close.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's gotta be.
It was pound a point from buying it off a trading site, rather than, buying it second hand rather than anything else. So
yeah, it's got to be.
But it's great fun again.
Yeah, they're cool.
Bunch of autocannons, because you can run 10 autocannons and not look like a dick.
They are the
the gentleman's choice.
Yeah, they're not dick heavy support squad, aren't they?
But they're effective and they're nice and they look good and awesome. Took advantage of the plastic Derrideo and got a plastic plasma Derrideo.
So good.
Again, good. Very nice and plastic.
I love the red on the AOS.
Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, it's a lot of fun painting them. I like Vindicators. I like Vindicators with big guns. So Vindicators come in, and the other way I play is a full tank army with almost full tank army. So they come in really handy, just as.
Didn't want to bring that for the game, though, did you?
No. No, I don't know why not. And they're effective. Land Raiders are always fun, and if there's like 3 units that are for me that are Space Marines, and it's Land Raiders and Terminators and just power armored mooks. So got to have some of them in.
I love on the Vindies the big side armour that isn't ruined with the rhino doors. Those transfers you never normally have a spot for.
Exactly. Bam.
It just looks awesome. He's done an absolutely awesome job.
Thank you.
I do normally hate Dark Angels being a Mandalore player,
What are you talking about? My Chronicles done nothing wrong to you.
but they are fab. And then to finish
then to finish him off, the Knight again taking advantage of some new plastic stuff, which is great. My first airbrushing really on any kind of serious way on the Knight. So thank you. Just a lot of fun to build and paint and look at, and then got to bring him out to do some work.
Nice. Did you paint him for this?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, man.
That's cool.
Awesome. I love the contrast that you can do with like allying and knighting. You can do. I'm just painting. It's something I want to paint.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Well, I'll give this yellow a go. So it's all good.
Nice work. And we've got the lesser seen Thousand Suns.
Yeah.
So
it's the first time.
Literally the first time they've been. We didn't even have them on the old channel.
No. Yeah.
And we haven't had them. Well, we now have had them on this channel. So. Ian, go through your beautiful.
Thanks, man. The general idea behind the army was I wanted to do a siege defence force, effectively, with the idea that there's catacombs underneath Prospero and Tisca that are just full of knowledge and esoterica and all the naughty stuff that they probably shouldn't have. So the idea being that these big old tunnels have got to be guarded by something, and that's what these guys are here to do. Nice. So we've got some quite static stuff, but the general idea being that stuff that can move quickly is also stuff that is going to collapse a tunnel. So things like the destroyers with melter bombs or the plasma cannon wielding jet bikes, and the commander to bounce about and talk to people and let them know. And then you've got your usual siege stuff. But I didn't want to take stuff that was, like for example, a Leviathan, because that would be too busy up top. Yeah. So the idea is it's a fairly small force that's there to collapse some tunnels when the wolves come scurrying, and cast a nice little warp gate to get stuff out if they can. And I've written up some fluff and what have you, and generally speaking, that's what in my headcanon for this army, that's what happened. They cast a warp gate and got themselves out. Their objective now for the rest of time is to get themselves back on Prospero to dig their stuff out. But of course, warp gates being fickle, doesn't happen so much. And of course, because they're on the run, you can see from the paint job I've done, they're a bit battered and scratched. One of my friends that I've known for quite a while is a guy called Steve, who's painted a Raven Guard army post-Isvan 5 with all this scratching and stuff, and I stole the idea from him. And I've had, because of the way that it's where I've done the paint scheme, the red, I've had to hand paint every single scratch.
Oh, fair. No sponge chipping for you.
It starts off with a sponge chipping.
Okay.
So it's sponge chipping all over, but then all the scratches are done with a brush.
They do look very beleaguered, but it keeps that fluff really well.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's the sort of basic tenet behind it is, so they're trying to be speed bumps and stop the wolves, and knowing what's underneath Prospero, and trying to get it off the world.
Space Wolves can't read, isn't it? That's awesome, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, so, and I
no
think
one's disagreeing with you there. You've got a Dark Angel player and a 1,000-ton player.
Oh, yeah, literally. We just had YouTube versus Derek Space. Just have,
And obviously the centerpiece is the falchion.
What a tank.
I love it. My wife got it for me for my 40th birthday.
Nice.
And it was a bucket list.
Did she know what she was buying?
She asked me for a list of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I gave her a list of stuff, and
Correct.
she picked one.
My missus, whenever she goes into the shop, it's like if she's out and I'm like, can you just pop into G-Dubs and get me this? She literally walks up to the attendant and goes, get this.
Yeah.
The attendant's like, yeah, sure, no problem.
No problem at all. Yeah. That was sort of what the army was built around, is this ginormous cannon. Lucky. Yeah, and it's absolutely the crutch I lean on when I'm playing this army.
Fair play.
Someone says, "Do you want to play 1,000 Suns?" Yeah, can we make sure it's 2,000 points?
So again, the transfers just make it, don't they?
Thanks. Yeah, again, this is the first Heresy army I used transfers on. I freehanded everything before,
Really?
but
I love transfers. I'm a proper transfer.
I got a Night Lords army and a Salamanders army I did before this, and on this Night Lords I used a 3D printed shoulder insignia, and then the Salamanders I green stuff moulded.
Wow, dragon skills and stuff.
So that. But then I thought, let's do transfers for a change.
Yeah, I love it. Especially the fourth one. So
This is all just one Forge World sheet did the whole army.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Because some sheets are not equal to others. That's
true.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
You are definitely. I've never really thought of the nerds as an army I want to do. But you're making that sort of thing in the back of my head going, 1,000 Suns could be kick-ass.
What I love about them is just the synergies with the little. It's the same with the wings for the Dark Angels. The little extra gubbins they get for being 1,000 Suns. Yes, you can snipe out a sergeant and turn off a Legion trait.
All legions
it's not better,
too, isn't it? No. Not loyalist legions.
No, certainly not loyalist. Yeah, but when you're suddenly causing pinning with a -1 because you've got the Athenian stuff, or your Praetors bouncing around with a 3-up invuln. So
Pavoni, Raptora.
Pavoni, Raptora, Pyre, Corvidae. There's one more.
Athenian.
So anyone get any unit you can pick?
Any legions Astartes that isn't a dreadnought, basically. I think it's infantry or cavalry.
Okay.
Gets it. So
dreadnought. I know you've got your special Assyrian dreads.
Yeah, they don't get it.
They don't get it.
No, they get psychic powers, but they don't get. But the thing, let's be honest here, everyone will just go, "Yep, these dreadnoughts now got 4-up invuln save."
Oh yeah, fair, true.
Because the Pavoni one, no, the Raptora. Raptora gives them +1 to their invulnerable save, so it makes this unit quite harsh. Because they're basically Tartarus Terminators bouncing around a board. With the Praetor's got a 3-up invuln, which is.
And then tasty. You give some Biomancy and then make them T5 boys.
Yep. Yeah, you can do that as well, because every character can pay 15 points to be a psychic. Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's a risky gamble, but
the amount of heads I pop is it's one of the reasons I love the army and makes it so fun, because I love that risk element of going right.
Even in it, you know. If this goes off, you're doomed.
Exactly.
That's tickling your scaling brain right there.
He's just like
unlimited power.
Yeah, it's things like, right, it's the last turn. I've got 2 tactical squads that if I cast the Pavoni power, are going to move onto it. They're going to slither over it like weird snake mans, and no, 6 of them dead. So yeah, it's high risk, but it's high reward, you know, and it's great fun. I just love that aspect of them. If you like rolling leadership tests, then 1,000 Suns is for you.
Army for you. That's so cool. But yeah, you don't want to get into combat with Courseway, mate. I'm just saying.
I want to avoid him because he looks nasty, right?
He really is.
I don't think I've actually fought
What's
him.
more annoying are the companions he's with, because I can't hurt him until they're all dead.
Is that the So I've never played against the companions. I saw the models, I saw them, the whole fluff is if they get injured, that bit that goes bleach bone or whatever. But bleach bone, sure, my egg.
That's a classic colour.
So so they basically take hits for...
Yeah, you can't allocate any wounds to somebody. The owning player allocates them wounds.
So even sniper,
precision,
can you challenge
paladins. You can challenge him, and then you can't allocate wounds out. Well,
you can challenge him, but it's up to you to accept.
So they're
all chosen warriors anyway. And they're all pretty good in combat anyway, so it's not like they're going to lose out.
You give them all great swords.
They're really but as long as you've got two shields.
A couple of times in the last couple of weeks, actually.
As long as you've got two shields up, they've got an invulnerable save.
Oh, nice. They are very pretty.
Yeah.
And they do keep the Dark Angel aesthetic, like absolutely.
Really
the robes.
And 3 of them are from the new 40k box set, but altered. So I used some Mark III parts to make them shorter and use the new pack and the old Mark III pack and things like that, just so they're not Primaris size and but the sword.
This is Dave. He's quite tall.
you can tell they may be a little bit taller, but they're not beyond the scheme of things.
I can't tell you which one.
I couldn't tell you which ones were which.
And they got just the swords on them are absolutely beautiful. They're some of my favourite ones that the company's done. So awesome.
If anyone's seen a couple of my posts recently, I am a great proponent that some 40k models can be used to great effect in 30k with the right legion, with a little bit of work.
Precisely.
Make some absolutely massive work. Which kind of leads me on to Neil is the reason I do word bearers.
Sorry, everyone.
I saw his word bearers at an event, and they were like, you were using the possessed, and you had the hell brutes and I was like, that's so cool. And then I got my head smashed in by some guy using Lorgar, and I was like, this is amazing. So it's completely new. And so I use 40k models in some of my word bearers. So speaking about the armies, what other armies have you got, sir?
So just the word bearers at the moment, and word bearers. So I only started for 30k.
The only legion you need.
Yeah, only one you need really. The rest is just to play around with other things. Yeah. So I only started a couple of years ago when 2 came out.
Oh, did you?
So
nudged you into it.
You nudged me into it, and word bearers came out as sort of top of the pops for what I wanted to do, and you get to put them together and play with demons. And I'd read the first probably half of the books that had been out, so I hadn't got to Betrayer, so I thought, obviously Erebus was a bit of a dick.
Everyone knows Erebus.
But not the fullest dick that I now understand him to be. So
you haven't
here's why I still bring him in.
I still love it bringing him in armies because everyone just wants to kill him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a proper distraction because everyone's like, can I kill Erebus? Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
of course you may. Yeah. He's
like 2 Maracallum.
Yeah. You get to play with some really fun modelling opportunities, really fun paint jobs, and you get to play around with some, they've got some nice flow and lore behind them, and they're actually a real load of fun to play on the table.
I actually have a blast playing them just because everyone hates them.
Everyone hates them.
And the warp juices just makes elites out of everything. These despoilers are now Weapon Skill 6. Enjoy.
Have fun. Awesome. And you mentioned you've got your Night Lords.
I've got Night Lords, they were my first Heresy army. Haven't used them much in 2, only used them for one event, but they're at about 4,000 points, I think. They're a Terror Assault army, obviously. And I've got some Salamanders with Vulcan. That's a Pride of the Legion army, because why do you want friends, right? These boys, and I'm currently working on Emperor's Children.
Nice.
I'm doing a Loyalist Isvan 3 army. So I've got Salty Nuts, and I've got Rylan or the Chosen wandering around in there. He's got the worst weapon loadout possible, but he's brilliant.
Assault cannon and
heavy flamer.
Heavy flamer.
It's not got chain fists.
It hasn't got chain
it's just that's the one weapon he's got that's good. But he's weapon skill 6 now.
Is he?
4 attacks base. He's good.
Marigal still have him.
Oh, absolutely. As Marigal's a stupid.
Marigal's are broken. You know how dreadnoughts are broken. Well, it's a demon dreadnought. That's awesome, man. Again, thank you both so much for coming up.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
We met initially. I met both of you at several events. Normally the attrition ones down south, but I know you guys travel to all around the place. If you're ever in the southeast, there's like Heresy on the Hill. There's the Greetings lads in Peterborough Way. What was the one we were at Eastbourne? The Tom Sargent. Princeling. There's millions. There's tons in the south. It's awesome. But you boys go to loads of events.
Yeah, we'll pop out. We like.
Just
You know, it's just great.
Yeah.
Playing some games and having some fun, meeting some good people.
Good times.
Two of the loveliest people I've ever met.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you very much.
That's very kind.
It's,
You'll change your mind eventually.
I say, weirdly, I must have been to at least 6 events where you were there, and I don't think we've actually played.
I think so.
Not yet.
Me and Neil are going to an event in November. We're both like, right, we're on the opposite side.
Definitely playing.
Normally we find out we're on the same side.
Yeah.
This time we're gonna make them put us up against each other.
Yeah.
I think that's my word bearers though, so I'm really sorry.
No, it's fine. Coursewain's coming.
You get to know how it feels.
No, not Coursewain. Right, he's going to meet in Maragall. Fine.
Yeah.
Right, lads, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, mate.
Thank you for coming on.
It's been wonderful.
And,
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers all.
Because then the hair.
Stages. I've got the stages. There's definitely like how to tell they're wargamers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I was going to say, there's a familiar vibe going on. We're all wearing combat shorts, mate.
Right, how can you spot a Pantera fan?
Interesting.
The other day I was wearing my Pantera shirt and legitimately someone went, "Fuck Pantera, I haven't thought about them in years." I literally was just like